A man sits in a coffee shop with his daughter at a small round table by a window. It's a large coffee shop in a new building with many windows and high ceilings. They are so high the shop never feels crowded, no matter how many people are in there. And today, there are many people. Outside, there is sunshine and color. It's a gorgeous autumn day and the light fills the room. The man types on his computer, but he is not working. He leans back in his chair, one of his legs splayed to the side, the other extended straight, his jeans just covering the top of his Chelsea boots. His laptop sits on his lap, and whatever he's typing, it's making him smile. His daughter, beside him, 20-ish, is bent over the table, pencil in hand, drawing in a sketchpad. From the way she steals glances at him and the frequency, you could guess she is sketching him. He is unaware of this. She is also smiling, but while his is bemused, hers is mischievous. They are a pair of equally contented people. An older woman is seating herself at a table 2 away from theirs. She places her dainty knapsack on the table's empty chair and struggles out of her coat. As she places her coat on top of her knapsack and begins to sit, she sees the man and hesitates. She finishes sitting and raises her hand to remove her sunglasses, but changes her mind. She looks around the room sheepishly. Her mouth is firmly sealed. Even when her coffee is delivered and she looks up and smiles at the waitress, she doesn't part her lips. She steals another look at the man, but turns her attention quickly back to her coffee before he might catch her. The man looks at his watch. He turns to his daughter, who also looks away to avoid being caught looking at him. He smiles at her and tells her it's time to go. She agrees and closes her sketchbook, but not before he catches a glimpse of himself on the page, which she was trying to conceal. His smile widens. He puts his computer in his bag while she puts her items in hers. They stand to put on their coats. She struggles with her sleeve and he reaches over to help her into it. The woman watches, but this time he catches her. He pauses putting on his coat and turns away. They both have been caught. As he resumes pulling on his coat, he remembers. 3 decades before, during another life, he had been a student of theater. One of his mandatory classes was jazz dance, which he endured for 3 years. His teacher had been cruel to him. He never knew why. From his first class until he graduated, though, every class, without exception, she treated him badly. The best he could hope for was to be ignored while she praised every other student. And it wasn't that he was the worst dancer in the class. Her animosity had nothing to do with his dancing. It had something to do with who he was. Something he could not change. Something that was her problem, not his. And although for the first 1.5 years he felt badly, thereafter he became angry. She became something to be overcome, and overcome her he did. By graduation, he was stronger, and her animosity mattered little to him because he had replaced hers with his own. This woman in the coffee shop might have been his teacher. He had run into her only once in all the years since school. She had acted like they were old friends. She acted as if she'd invested in him and cared about his future, as if they'd shared affection, as if they'd had a good relationship. It was so unexpected that his first thought was that she was trying to avoid a confrontation by being preemptively pleasant. Then he wondered if she had actually forgotten. She had known he had children, which surprised him. But the real reason he remembered their encounter was because she had suggested he enroll his 2 girls in her dance class. That had made his hackles stand up. She had actually suggested he put his precious children into her care. The temerity. He remembered he didn't respond. He reasoned with himself in that instant that because she had not psychically scarred him, he therefore felt no need to settle the score. But he was also aware that perhaps she was successfully bullying him again. In either case, he did not address their past. Today, though, with his daughter at his side, he felt differently. In the seconds it took him to finish pulling on his coat, he decided, if she spoke to him, if she mentioned his daughter, he would set their record straight. He turned to face her. She wasn't looking at him, which gave him an extra moment to examine her. He saw the shape of her face, her forehead, her hair. There was a strong resemblance, but she had removed her sunglasses, and it was her eyes, now visible, that laid bare the truth. She was not his teacher. As his eyes lingered on hers, it was as if a passing cloud focused the sun through the window into a spotlight, revealing who she was, not as an individual, but as a character in their society. She was nervous, uncertain, and self-conscious. He saw it in everything about her. The way her fingertips touched her coffee cup. The way she searched the room for someone she didn't expect to find. It was as if she felt she'd worn the wrong clothes. As if she couldn't get comfortable in her chair. As if all the people sitting together made her feel more self-consciously alone. She was a widow. He recognized she was making an early attempt to re-emerge into society. He recognized she was finding it excruciating. As he passed, he offered her a smile, but she didn't look at him. She was adrift. And what if she'd been his teacher? What if he had spoken to her as he intended? Better to be kind, he reminded himself. Always better to be kind.